Welcome back. It's Dr. Jen Ferboni, better known as DocJenFit, Doctor of Physical Therapy, founder and creator of Gen Health, our app and platform for all movement-related aches and pains within your body. And today I want to take you through a mobility flow of what's probably missing to help unlock that piriformis pain, that pain that you're having within your butt. These 3 exercises are something that I don't think are often prescribed, but can be so powerful to help relieve that tension within your butt. Now, we are going to use a foam roller and a small pillow. You can use a bigger pillow. So the first exercise is a little weird. You don't have to use a yoga block or a foam roller. It could be yoga blocks. So something that you can stack, whatever your leg can kind of rest on. And the higher it is to kind of match your hips as you lay on your side, the easier it's going to be. The lower it is, where your leg would have to drop when you're laying on your side, the harder it is. So find what works for you, stack whatever you can find around your house, get creative, and we're going to be against a wall. So again, this is a little weird, but bear with me. And the more that you come back to this and do it, I promise you're going to start to unlock different feelings within your body and hopefully really get to the point of the exercise. Now, I'm going to take this roller and I'm going to use a pillow on top to help stack it even more. So now it's going to kind of be even with my hips, and I'm going to come, and my bottom leg is going to be in this like close 90-degree position. So I want to push my foot into the wall. And as I push my foot into the wall, I kind of get my leg to lift a little bit. So that's going to turn on my inner thigh, which is going to help to provide some pelvic stability. Now in my back leg, the goal here is to really kind of push down onto this roller. So I'm going to find the place where I'm feeling the most like I'm pushing down, so closer to the knee. Okay, so I'm going to come all the way down here. Now, the goal first is to make sure you're kind of tucking in that bottom. So I'm kind of lengthening through that pelvis, tucking so that I'm coming into as much hip extension as I can. So let this top leg relax first, but I want to tuck under and kind of lengthen. So you might need to open in the back a little bit more. So you just want to find as much hip extension as possible. Okay. So we really want to be in a hip extended position. Now I'm going to have this arm out for stability of my core. So I'm going to push into the ground with this bottom leg, and that's going to turn on my inner thigh. Now I'm going to reach back and push down onto the foam roller with my top leg. So already I'm getting inner thighs from both. I'm getting glutes because I'm reaching back into hip extension. And now from here, I'm going to rotate. So I'm getting internal rotation and in a hip extended position. So I'm not putting pressure and tension onto my piriformis. Okay. So rather than like a clam that would put a lot of pressure into an area that's already pressurized, this is doing it in a hip extension way that still uses my glutes, but doesn't irritate my piriformis. So again, let's start this over. We're going to try 5. So I'm pushing into the wall, lift, press into that foam roller, squeeze that tailbone, tuck it under, reach my back toe as I rotate and press down. 1, rotate, 2, 3, it's not big, 4, 5. Woo! So that one should be challenging. Not only is it a lot for the brain to set it up, but I'm pressing down, I'm getting my inner thighs, I'm pushing my leg, I'm pulling my leg back. So think of your toes reaching so that your glute is turning on, and then I'm rotating. So I'm using my glutes, my hips, everything. So we're going to try 5 on the other side. I promise the other 2 won't be as complicated. Just this first one. Very unique. I like to say unique rather than necessarily complicated. Okay. So laying down, again, I want to make sure I'm in a hip extended position. Press with my bottom foot so that my knee kind of pops off the ground. I'm going to push down and rotate my pelvis, kick my leg back. So rotate and reach those toes back. Already, I'm getting that glute to fire. Okay. Push down onto the roller. As you're pushing down here, I'm going to rotate up as much as I can. 1. Keep reaching that toe back. 2. 3. Reach back. 4. And 5. Woo! And come on out. So you should feel a lot happening around that pelvis. Now I'm going to take my little pillow or yoga block, and I'm going to fold it into my legs, and I'm going to get a little hip opening here as I rock back, and again, improving that hip internal rotation. So as I rock forward, think of your heels coming together. As I rock back, open up your legs and think of, instead of rounding in your back, think of opening in your back. Open, 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 open until you can't anymore. Come forward, heels together. Rock back, open. So really thinking of kind of extending from that back tailbone coming up. That's going to help to open up that internal rotation of those hips coming together. And again, open. Couple more. Together. Open. One more. Together. And open. Good. Okay. Now last one, we're just going to use the wall. Okay, so you want to find some space against the wall that you can just kind of kick back. That's all we're going to use the wall for, is just a little kickback on the very bottom. So you want to come about a little bit more than a foot width away. You're going to kick your back leg. So what you want are your knees to be in a line. If your foot is too close, your knee that's kicking back will be too far forward, or the opposite, it will be too far back. So that's kind of how we figure out where you want to kick. You want your knees to be pretty much even together. Okay. So we're going to be focusing on this standing leg. The back foot is going to kick back into the wall, and then think of drawing that heel up. Automatically, I turn on my hamstring, which is going to help stabilize my pelvis. Now here on this hip, we're finding mobility of that hip through stability and support. So I like this one way better than clams, to be honest. So we're going to push and kick. And now with this hip, I'm going to rotate down. So I'm kind of closing my hip, thinking of this angle coming across. So it opens up in the back, and I'm kind of bent over with this slight knee bend. Now, keeping that same bend over position and slight knee bend, I'm going to push my foot. Push down into my foot, and now rotate my top hip up, and then rotate down. Press through that foot. Keep that knee right in the same alignment. Open, open, open that top hip. And then slowly stretch that hip. You should feel your hip burning right now. Okay, I'm still utilizing that back foot by pulling up on it. Stretch and push. Open, open that hip as much as you can. And then last one, stretch and press down, push. Ooh, that side of your glute should be on fire. So now we're really utilizing that mobility through strength, which is going to be really good so that we're not just focusing on that piriformis, and that's not taking over all the pressure, because now we have better mobility through our pelvis. Okay, so kick back, pull up on the wall, sit back tiny bit, keep that knee in a slight bend, and we rotate into it, stretching that hip, thinking of that line, that hip dropping down, and then pulling that hip up. Keep that knee in alignment, and then press it down. I forgot to say the back foot is pushing out and pulling up the whole time. Open and down, really opening that pelvis, pressing down, rotating. Couple more. You got it. Open, push down into the floor, rotate that hip up. And last one. Open, 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 press and rotate. Woo! So you should feel fiery goodness around those hips, taking pressure just off of that piriformis so everything starts to work better together. Now, if you really want to continue to unlock those hips, that's where I would really recommend our hip plan within Gen Health. We have multiple phases that you can continue to progress into. It's a full 30-day plan that doesn't take you more then 3 to 15 minutes a day. You can plan it whenever you need to throughout your day. And it's going to be a combination of not only mobility, but this active mobility, stability exercises, core work, deep core foundation, so that those hips start to open up and have more strength and mobility within their range, rather than hip flexors always taking over, piriformis always taking over. We have a more balanced hips overall. So if you want to check out that plan, you can check out a week completely free. We'll give you a little discount to come explore the platform as well. Don't forget, if you love what you're learning, I have so much more in stock for you. So hit that subscribe button, check out the other videos I've done in the past, and leave any comments of any suggestions that you have for videos in the future. And I can't wait to help you feel incredible and amazing within your body.